Ehi, che cosa ci fai qui? Questa è la mia live, non la tua. E poi non mi somigli, quindi vedi di andartene. E qui è tutto pieno di cioccolata. Di cioccolata. Di cioccolata. Di cioccolata.
Well, hello there, guys, and welcome to our first look here at, of course, Sons of Cadia. I know a lot of you guys have been looking forward to this, and I have as well. I actually haven't had a chance to play Sons of Cadia, so I can't wait to jump in here. Now, already, I think the artwork that we have for this game is probably some of the best artwork that we have for any of our games. It's just beautiful. There's absolutely no doubt about it. And I can't wait to go ahead and take a look here at what we have to offer. So guys, we are going to jump in. And hello, Cloud Cuckoo-Lander. How you doing, buddy? I certainly hope not, Zach. Hopefully we don't have any echo on. That being said, we are going to take a look here, guys, at Sons of Cadia. So we are going to be playing the Red War DLC. As you can see, we've got this wonderful commissar here, blood staining his armor, and he's absolutely prepared to kill some orcs. So let's go ahead and select. So the first things first, guys, I want to go ahead and take the intro mission. This is going to teach us a little bit about the game and give us an idea of essentially what Sons of Cadia is going to provide. And we see already that Firefly Boy mentioned nice artwork. Thank you, Firefly Boy. I think so too. I also love the way these units look. Let me actually increase the scroll speed here a bit because I want to make sure that I can zoom and scroll really fast. We've got, of course, our good old-fashioned guardsmen. First, we need to select them before we start this. So I'm going to take some plasma gun guardsmen. These are 160, quite expensive. We'll take a grenade launcher guardsman. We'll take a lasgun guardsman, and I think we can afford one more lasgun guardsman. Although I like this one just because of the name of the squad, Martyr Squad. And yes, new maps for sure. Let's get a close-up look here on the guardsman. Yes, the Astra Militarum is alive and well. I don't know why, but I always think of Roach from the movie, is it Platoon? Yeah, it is Platoon. No, it's not Platoon. Now I'm confused. The one with the riverboat. Oh, how do I not know this? I know my Vietnam movies well. But it reminds me of the scene with Roach. Anyway, the character Roach in the movie is sort of a mortarman. And he basically fires his mortars by just listening to the sound of the enemy. Really, really fascinating stuff. It's not Full Metal Jacket, no. We're going to go ahead and move our boys up at this point. It is Apocalypse Now. Yes. There we go. So, as you can see, we've got our guardsmen here, and I'm already going to start firing. And now, these guardsmen seem to have just regular las rifles. I'm going to go ahead and open fire. Look at that. So, we can already see that these las guns, you know, they do a lot of damage, but the accuracy is terrible. These are guardsmen, so of course they're not as well trained or as disciplined as Space Marines, but they have their own abilities that a lot of people really seem to love. When I used to, stop by Games Workshop and see what the kids, quote unquote, were playing, they were always playing as Imperial Guard. It really fascinated me. So let's see. We can't do anything with our mortar yet, and we can't do anything with the plasma gun yet because we're just not in range. But we're going to let the enemies get a bit closer. Everybody's saying beautiful units. Really glad to hear it. For those of you guys watching on YouTube, hello guys, how's it going? You could always join us on Twitch as well. That's where we've got all the fun stuff like roulette, etc. And we will end the turn here. There we go. Look at these orcs. The orcs look a bit scarier, and there we go. That's a beautiful shot. Oh, wow. They're going to get close, but they're not really going to succeed in doing much. All right, let's go ahead and grab the mortars, or the grenades, I should say, and we're going to fire a grenade over here. Oh, I love that. I love that. Just listen to the sound. All right, we'll also open fire here with the lasgun. And at this range, the lasgun is extremely effective. I mean, just look at this. We are destroying the enemy. In fact, I will move forward. I'm not even afraid of getting shot at. And look at this. Ah, yes, we've got some Ogrins. Ogrins might be my favorite actual miniature piece to play. 40k with, because they're just an excellent unit. They're a huge unit. They grow up in an environment where basically it's an extremely high gravity environment, so they become very strong, but they have almost no intellect whatsoever. Unfortunately for me, I lack both strength and intellect, so you could just imagine where I fall among this ladder. So let's go ahead and open fire here, or start opening fire. I'm going to take the Ogrins, and here we go. Ogrins are a crude and exceptionally resilient breed of abhuman hailing from primitive high-gravity worlds. Lacking in intellect, Ogrins compensate for their stupidity with overwhelming physicality. They can shrug off wounds that would kill an Imperial Guardsman. An Ogrin's Ripper Gun is devastating at short range. Their strength and toughness makes them decent in melee combat. Unfortunately, like the Bullgrins, they suffer from crippling claustrophobia, so they cannot use transports. Now, that I didn't know. That's pretty funny, about the crippling claustrophobia. In general, Ogrins aren't scared of much. Another funny thing about the Ogrins, and if you've played Ogrins before, or you've played Imperial Guard before, you would know this. The guns that you guys see the Ogrins using here, first of all, they use a very large round. But secondly, one thing that's quite interesting is these guns were made so that they couldn't be broken. See, when the Ogrins were first being used to serve the mighty Emperor, they were given weapons, las guns, etc., and, well, they would basically just break them apart, because that's what Ogrins do. So they finally had to give them guns that wouldn't break, and they got these massive weapons with a huge bayonet on the end. Let's go ahead and open fire here. Nice, good shooting, Ogrins. Yeah, I think you probably could, Skutari. Skutari just mentioned in the chat, he says, you can't trick them with a sweep, put it inside the transport and then they'll enter. Yeah, you probably could, but let's be honest. As soon as you open the back of that transport wagon, that Ogryn is going to kill every single person in his near vicinity. Now, another cool thing about this unit here, the Bullgrins. Now, these are Ogrins basically with pieces, and this is absolutely true. These are Ogrins with pieces of Leman Rust tanks as armor, okay? So they take the treads off these Leman Rust tanks, and they actually use them as shields, which just goes to show you the incredible strength of these beings. Now, we do have an interesting weapon here, and it is the Grenadier Gauntlet. So this allows us to actually fire a grenade. Look at that, critical hit. We also got an enemy back here, the Runt Herder. Boom! And we can already do some critical hits there. We can also really scare the enemy into essentially giving up. Ogryn equals Mr. T. That's what Iseni said. Alright. Using the Ripper Gun, and look at that. We almost already killed the Runt Herder. Let's see if we can get a killing shot. And yes, the poor Runt Herder is down. Sorry, buddy, but you did have to go down sometime. Although, you know, I like to think you went down with class, kind of. Not really. Let's go ahead and move back here, move the rest of the Imperial Guardsmen up, if we can. But I don't think it's their turn, so we're going to have to wait a bit. And we shall move forward with our Chimera. So the Chimera is another very important part of the Imperial Guard arsenal. I'm actually going to turn the hull this way, and I'm going to fire here at the Nobs. Oh, yeah. Cloud Cuckoo says he's never even heard of Bullgrins before. Yeah, Bullgrins are basically the close combat version of Ogrins, which really doesn't make sense because Ogrins by themselves are great at close combat. Despite having weapons, I mean, they could easily outmatch most, if not all, of these Orc squads. All right, we're ending the turn, turning it over to the Greenskins. There we go, some reactionary fire. And it looks like they're going to try to take our poor Ogrins out with some close combat. That's just not friendly. What have our Ogrins ever done to these guys? Look at that, 65 HP, they're still standing. And even returning fire, more returning action by stabbing back with their bayonets. I think those Bullgrin shields are doing a great job. Luckily for the Ogrins, the Orcs are just as stupid as they are. So this works out pretty well. And look at this, we've got some Storm Boys. They're actually coming up over this hill we definitely want to keep our eye on these guys. Okay, we're moving forward. That's interesting. Max Karn mentioned something about the Ripper gun. If you can, Max, please do email us. I want to see if Cheeto, I'm not sure if Muso is watching us right now. He could provide you the technical email to share thoughts like that, because if that's the case, that's definitely something we would want to correct. Let's go ahead and see how this Ripper bayonet works. Oh, she's nice and effective. Let's go again. Here we go, another orc down. Now, these orcs are doing pretty well against us, but you could see just facing the Ogrins has put these guys into a shaken position. Yeah, shields are automatic, Scutari. We'll actually take a nice close-up look at these Bulgrins. So you can see that gun on the front, it's not only used as a grenade launcher, it's also used as a punching tool. They can use this to basically punch their enemy, killing them, essentially. Yeah, those are the tracks of a Leman Russ. Okay, we need to actually back up a bit. Turn around. Good shooting. And let's see if we can't hit the enemy here with heavy bolters. We are risking potentially hitting our own men. Not too concerned, though. Yes, they do have tank tracks for armor, Firefly Boy. They do. They've got tank tracks for armor, tank tracks for shield. They basically, whenever a Leman Russ breaks down and can't be used anymore, the Bulgrins rip it into shreds and put it on their own bodies, as you can see here. Quite a fascinating use of armor, but if you've got that much power, that much strength, you probably do the same thing. All right, we're moving forward with the rest of the Astra Militarum. There's a few boys back here. Want to move them up. Oh, thank you, Scutati. I'm sure the folks will love to hear that. That you, so far, you think the graphics here are the best in the genre. I really appreciate that. Yeah, it absolutely looks like a beautifully painted model. I mean, there's no doubt about that. Let's go for the Rippers. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, we're going to have to wait a turn to react to the rest, and I fear that we might lose one of these poor little defenseless Ogrins. Let's end the turn. Nice reactionary fire there. Ah, thanks, Max. That's at least the rumor I had always heard, was these were tank tracks from a Leman Russ or destroyed Leman Russ tanks. And we just lost 2 of our Ogrins. I feel like I'm losing my own child. Not the Ogrins. Alright, back to us, friends. So I'm actually going to get behind the enemy here. Not too worried that they're going to take my armor out. But we do have to get into a pretty decent range, and if we're up close to the enemy, we're not going to be getting very good shots. We need to at least have some distance between us. Nice shooting there. Oh yes, so we're using the Smasher at this point. Remember, I told you, they can use that, that grenade launcher on the front also to smash the enemy. Boom, and that seems pretty powerful, to say the least. Okay, take a shot here at the Storm Boys. Critical hit. Ooh, nice returning fire there, lads. There we go. Beautiful. We can keep on moving forward. Hey, Damien, how you doing, man? Wow, did my voice just crack there? That hasn't happened since like 14 years old. that was good. How's it going, Damien? Good to see you, man. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go for the Ripper bayonet attack here. Boom, one more enemy, I think, one more Ripper attack, and he should be finished. And of course, we'll move forward with these Ogrins. I am sad that we lost those poor guys. I mean, those guys were very valuable units. But the enemy reacted pretty well. Okay, we're gonna go for the Ripper bayonet once again, guys. These guys are trying to get some revenge for their 2 lost brothers. In all likelihood, a real Ogren might go down, but these guys could probably be revived later, especially with the Astra Militatum's advanced medical procedures. That was kind of a joke. Let's go ahead and move forward. Look at all those dead orcs. We've got some more guardsmen here. And hello, welcome to the channel. Thanks for joining, my friend. Didn't lose the whole unit at least. Indeed, indeed. All right, let's end the turn. Oh boy. Look at this. We've got some killicans. No, well, speaking of not losing the whole unit, we just did. I think you jinxed us a bit there, Pixel. Okay, there we go. Bulgrin's returning fire, or returning the close combat attack, and we just got some tanks. I think you guys can see that. We also got some basilisks. I believe it's a basilisk. So we can actually probably fire at a distance with artillery. This is going to be fun. It certainly is, Skutari. It certainly is. In fact, I would say a lot of the units here are new units. Look at that! Is that a Lehman Russ? I think it is. So pumped for this DLC, says Max. Ah, wow, interesting. So you're not a fan of the Space Wolves. See, I was always a big fan of the Space Wolves. I think when I first got into 40K, they were the first actual squad that I got interested in. All right, let's try the Earthshaker Cannon from the Basilisk Hammer of Hive Secundus. I love the names here. Open fire. And look at that. You even see the gun raise and fire. That's so cool. Now, of course, we're going to use it against the killicans. Let's try. Well, it looks like the Earthshaker Cannon wouldn't do a lot of damage here. Let's see. Yeah, not much. And, of course, we've got the Lehman Russ Battle Tank. Storm of Terra's Past. The Lehman Russ Battle Tank is often the spearhead of any Astra Militarum army. The medium-range battle cannon is great for as an all-around weapon, and the twin las cannons are perfect for taking on armor at long range. Most Astra Militarum tanks have a bonus heavy bolter that can fire once per turn. One of the hallmarks of the Lehman Russ is the versatility of its hull. With relative ease, it can be refitted to field a number of variant tanks such as the Lehman Russ Exterminator, Punisher, or Vanquisher. Wow. So this is a beast, of course, and we're going to move forward here. I'm going to kind of ignore this Orc Boy Slug in front of us, because I'd rather focus fire on the killicans. So actually, the las cannon would do medium damage, but only a 35% chance to hit. As you can see, we totally missed there. We'll try again. Missed again, so we'll finish up with a heavy bolter shot. Not too effective. Not against that particular killican. We also got very unlucky on the shots that turn. There we go. The las cannon is very effective. Wow. Nice. Let's see if the Chimera can finish it up. Close, close, but no cigar. Not sure why I can't select my Bulgarins. There we go. Okay, let's see if we can get one of these guys close enough to fire at the enemy. We are going to take a shot here. Yep, sure enough. Oh, wow. I knew we were going to take a shot, but I didn't expect to lose that many men. So we're going to use our las gun against the rest of that killican, but probably not even going to graze it. 1 HP and 2 HP. Yeah, that might be the puniest shots I've taken in the entire game. Oh, thank you, Skutari. The Chimera can shoot one more time, apparently. Thank you, sir. Let's see if we can get a kill here. Pretty close, pretty close. Glad you told me that, at least. And actually, I'm going to try to fire here. Yeah, nice shooting. Wow. The guardsmen's here, the Death Wardens, managed to destroy this. Of course, it had been pretty badly weakened by the time we got to it, but I'm impressed. Just in time for the killing. Indeed you are, Laird. Welcome, my friend. Alright, I think we'll end it there. And hope for the best. Oh, that was quite the entrance. Oh, thank you. You've gotta love them. They're just incredible. Just wiped out an entire squad of orcs with reactionary fire. Doesn't get much better than that. Imperial Guard recycle system indeed. Oh, I like that saying. Scutari says Imperial Guard made men from kids and dead meat from men. Yeah, sounds about right. Alright, we're going to pull back a bit. And I am going to turn my entire hull towards the enemy. So obviously the frontal hull of the Leman Russ is extremely powerful. It's also got a nice little bolter on it. But you want to be facing the enemy, really, when you have this issue. You definitely want to try and have your hull facing the enemy. You don't want to be showing the back of your tank, because that's just begging to get shot. Now, I also love the touch there. You can actually see Cadia on the side. You can see a skull here, sign of the Imperial Guards. Very, very fascinating. Let's go ahead and take her out with a last cannon. There she goes. I didn't know that Killicans could be afraid, but this guy's shaking. This Killican is actually shaken. Let's fire. So we've got the heavy bolter as well as the Earthshaker cannon. Yeah, the Earthshaker cannon is not going to be very effective against the enemy here. We're going to use the multi-laser here. We might be able to take him out, and sure enough, we did. Now let's take a look. We actually get to level up here. So we've got the Machine Spirit Ritual. It is an offense to know a tech priest's ritual rites. If you happen to overhear such a thing, report to your regimental commissar for immediate re-education. That's really cool. So the Machine Spirit Ritual raises the base morale for the vehicle, and Relic Plating increases heavy armor. I'm going for Relic Plating here. Just going to boost our heavy armor up a little bit more. And we're going to keep moving forward with everybody that we're able to. We also have another shot here with the Leman Russ. We might as well take it. Let's use our heavy bolter. Sorry, orcs. Hello, welcome, and thank you for joining us. Turning the hull towards the enemy. I don't expect any enemies to come this way, but I'm doing it just to be safe. And look, oh, our poor Ogrins. I love that scene, though. I mean, one thing that I really like about strategy games when they do this is when they leave the bodies on the field. It really allows you to kind of see the devastation that's been caused, and they do it beautifully here. Yes, the Orc Reserve does have some defenses. That's absolutely true. Oh, wow, Scutari, I just saw you mention Wheel of Time. Robert Jordan, right? I remember as a kid, I read the first book, The Wheel of Time, by Robert Jordan. I really loved it. That is definitely a series I would pick up again. It's one of the few fantasy series that I've actually really been deeply interested in. And unfortunately, Robert Jordan, of course, passed. But he was just great, a great, great writer. Rand al'Thor, right? Wasn't that his name? Was it Rand al'Thor? I think I'm right. All right, let's end the turn here. Are they not doing anything? Yeah, wow. So they're definitely waiting for us to approach here. Well, we'll send in the Bullgrins. Maybe we should just let the Bullgrins do this all on their own. No, I don't think we'll do that. Let's move forward a bit. We're on rough ground. And I want to target the Killican, of course. Although we're going to do very low damage, so... you know what? I want to get that Chimera up. Or excuse me, that Basilisk. Try to get some artillery fire into this area. We need arty fire now, boys! Yeah. Oh, yeah. Very nice. That's a great idea, destroying cover. I'm I'm always reluctant to waste my ammunition on that, but yeah, in this situation, it certainly seems like a good idea. There we go. We got a critical hit at the same time. Man, that cover is really resilient. This is what Daddy likes, says Max. That was a little creepy, Max. Okay, let's open fire here. Open fire. It's going to be really tough to take down the defenses the enemy has set up. I think we're going to have to just move in there and kill them the old-fashioned way. With a spoon. All right, let's grab this. Yeah, we go this way. Yeah, it's like missing the broadside of a barn. It really is. Oh, cool. So I got the name right. It was Randall Thor. It's been so long since I've read that book, but yeah, it still sticks with me. I mean, that's... Anytime anybody asks me, are there any fantasy series you can recommend, I always say The Wheel of Time. And I only read the first book and a little part of the second. I never actually finished the series. But now I'm considering, since you guys are talking about it, I'm considering actually going back and picking it up again. Okay, that did not work out very well. I think we're pretty far from being able to do any damage at this distance. And we will end the turn. Give it to the greenskins. That's a good point, Max. Also, there's so many of them that probably it's sort of a quantity over quality, if that makes sense. The Imperial Guards really rely on the amount of soldiers. If they're all firing, you know, in generally the same direction, then they're going to do very well. And there was actually a study. I'm wondering if somebody can find the information on this. It's actually a book written by, I believe, was an ex-military commander of some sort about World War II. And of course, the Warhammer universe is complete fiction. But I'm assuming that the rules for men firing in World War II would be quite similar in the 40K universe, and that is that I think it was something like 8 out of 10 soldiers don't actually shoot to kill. So that's not to say that most soldiers don't shoot in the direction of the enemy, but they'll shoot in the general direction of the enemy, like where they think the enemy is, but they won't aim at somebody, like they won't actually aim at a body and shoot. And I think it's something from our evolutionary past. You know, I can't explain it fully, but this has been documented. And I'm sure the same applies to the Imperial Guard. You know, they're just not necessarily all able to aim at the enemy. Some of them are nervous. They're not Space Marines, let's be honest. You know, they're still tough, but they're not that tough. So I could definitely see that occurring as well. Max says, that's why I love the Imperial Guard. In a galaxy full of Chaos Worshippers, superhuman Xenos bugs, they have the fething balls to fight with flashlights. Yes, and I'm glad you did not... we did not use any coarse language there, because we're really trying to clean the stream up here, and basically be family friendly. I know. That family. What can you do? Priest and Thief, 2 books from Matthew Colville are great, as is the King Killer Chronicle from Patrick Rothfuss. Both are great fantasy novel series. Ah, thank you. We shall take a look and see what we think. Fire. Oh! I think we just blew that guy's stomach contents all over the map. That was intense, for sure. So even our Algorins are not going to be able to do much damage to that Killican. It's really we're gonna have to leave it up to the Leman Russ. We can move forward with the Basilisk, but we've seen the Basilisk is not that effective against the Killicans. It does some damage, but not really much. That's a good question, Alcigaz. I'm not sure. I don't think we haven't played enough to find out if we have Rough Riders. Let's see. Yes, that's it, Firefly Boy. So I remember reading that in Modern Combat, 90% of the bullets are fired to suppress, only 10% to kill. That's absolutely right. And these are, you know, we're talking about the front lines. You know, this particular study took place on the front lines of the Second World War, and they were able to determine this. You know, the soldiers were pretty open about it, and I think it makes sense for any number of different reasons. Ooh, we just leveled up, so we could either get an augur array. The machine spirits of the devices are devious at best, causing false signatures and powering down at the worst of times. However, some operators have developed a relationship with the device. They say it whispers the way ahead to those it trusts. So this reveals the map and gives an accuracy bonus to hit all enemy units within 12 tiles. So you might be thinking, well, we're already at the end of the map, so we don't really need it. Yeah, well, we also carry our units over onto the next mission, so that might be useful. And the second thing is the metapack. Standard issue medikit, usually traded for ammo or rations, despite regulation not to regain a small amount of hit points. I like that. That's kind of cool. It's an ability we can use, and that's going to keep the Imperial Guardsmen alive for quite a while, I think. I'd like to hope so, anyway. When he's that get stomach contents all over the map, says Calsonic. Alright, we're going to end the turn. There we go. Are they going to flame our Chimera? Because that's not a good idea. It's not going to be very effective. They are, however, hitting our Bulgrins. Firefly Boy likes the tone of the War Gear comments. Indeed. So actually our Chimera are shaken. I know that flamethrowers in this game will actually lower the morale of your units, but I didn't know that it applied to armor as well. Now we see it does. So essentially our crew inside this Chimera is burning up. These guys are sweating all over the place. You know, they're getting really hot. They can barely breathe. You know, that flamethrower definitely did some damage. Let's use the heavy bolter here against the enemy. Nice. Not bad. Yeah, let's use the Lehman Russ. The Lehman Russ should be able to get a much better hit with the battle cannon or the las cannon. It's all very low, actually, but that seems to be pretty effective. Use some mortars. Some grenades, excuse me. Oh, nice! Wow, that was a quick kill by the Ogrins. The Butchers of Skydome Alpha. Interesting name. Man, that Kilocan is very resilient. Die for the Emperor, boys! Got, of course, this Lehman Russ over here. We'll try to bring him forward. And actually, can he get a shot? I don't think he can. Oh, yes, he can. Wow. Wow, at this distance, that's amazing. We're out of shots with our las cannon, but that was impressive, to say the least. That is one tough Kilocan. Okay, we're going to end the turn here. There we go. We finally got him. All right, we're moving forward with the Chimera. Oh, that was lucky. And that's a victory, guys. So there we go. Perfect. Hello, Atrocitus. Go ahead and continue, guys. So we did get 2 levels up, one for a Guardsman Lasgun unit and one for the beautiful Chimera. We're going to go ahead and continue, guys, and we're getting started with the Red Wa descends. Grook Face Ripper's Red Wa makes planetfall on Alaric Prime. The Orc Rust ships plow through a hailstorm of flak and anti-aircraft fire. Protected by shields and thick armor, most make it to the surface, and now the ground war begins. The Orcs number in the millions. The first haphazard wave throws itself at the nearest Imperial defenses, eager to get stuck in. The forces of the Astra Militarum stand ready to repel them. All right, well, that's what we're going to go for. Let's hope we do a good job here. Yes, we do, Max, and if we have anything to say about that, we will be bringing more. Okay, oh, this is pretty. Look at this, guys. So we're here in the snow, and we are defending. Okay, we have to defend at least 1 victory point to avoid defeat and capture 3 victory points to win. So I guess that means we could possibly get a draw. That's interesting. Wow, look at that. Oh, there's a commissar. There's a commissar. It's Valdis Constantine. We have to take the commissar. I mean, already I know we have to take the commissar. We'll take this Lehman Russ tank. I'm going to take these 3 shooters. I'm going to take the Ogrins and the Bulgrins. I don't like Sentinels. Never have, never will. Now, these Sentinels might be pretty good, but I'm not even going to bother with them. Let's grab these guys, grab these Ogrins. These Bulgrins, we'll grab, let's grab the Lehman Russ Punisher's Creed. And also we'll grab that Guardsman unit. So much to buy here. I'll grab some Basilisks. I really like artillery, so I think that's going to be useful. Chimera. And that's going to be a Hellhound. We'll also take the Castellan. And I think we can still take a group of armored sentinels. Wow, fascinating. Okay, so there we go. We will start. Do we still have affordable units? I don't think we do. Oh, look, we do. Flamer. All right. Yeah, Condra saying sentinels are good. PUM says, we finally left the Brownlands and are in some snow. Absolutely. I think the setting is really pretty. And, of course, pretty, but we can tell it's going to get very bloody here very soon. So I'm going to end the turn. And now, of course, we can start moving. So I took the Sentinel. Go ahead and move her forward. I don't even like the way it walks. It's creepy. Really creepy walking. What exactly is bolt? Oh, I get it. Bolt therapy. I get it. Wow, it took me a minute there to put 2 and 2 together, because I actually thought it was like, oh yes, it's bolt therapy. They use bolts and, you know, rest them next to you. No, I get exactly what you mean. Well, bolt therapy is the best form of re-education. Okay, let's keep moving forward. And there we go. I love the Commissar's look. The Commissar, to me, is just beautiful. Move forward. So evil, yet so powerful at the same time. The Commissar with his troops. You can tell this guy has total love for the Emperor, despite the fact that he looks absolutely horrific. He looks like a vampire. And most Commissars probably have the empathy level of a vampire. Okay, so we are going to have to move our way out of this area. I wish there was sort of like an opening over here. Then again, part of our mission is to hold this location, but we don't just have to defend victory points, we need to try to take them. So I'm going to keep some of these boys back. I guess I'll keep the rest of these guys here while these guys move up. But we've got to be careful. So I'm going to move the Basilisk up. I also love how, just like a real arty gun or a large piece of artillery, the Basilisk is actually built with some a ladder here to actually get up. It's such a big gun. You can't actually keep it on the ground. You've got to actually keep it on an elevated platform, which definitely makes it a deadlier piece of artillery. It's on the turn here. Well, that's a lot of orcs. Maybe we should have stayed put. Kalania. Okay, now it looks like we're actually being flanked here by this war buggy. So we do need to find a way to respond to this thing. First of all, I want to see what kind of weapon the Commissar has. Probably not wise to get the Commissar this close to the enemy, but you gotta try everything once, right? Let's grab the, not the Bogrins, the Chimera. Now, he's gonna take shots for sure, but I get the feeling he would be a little more effective against the war buggies here. So let's go ahead and use the multi-laser. Critical hit. Nice, good shooting. Even the heavy bolter managed to put some holes in the enemy there. Wow, still out of range. All right, what about this? How is this going to work against these vehicles? So the artillery is fairly effective against the lighter vehicles, not against the heavy vehicles. But against the lighter vehicles, it seems pretty effective. We've got to be careful sending over too many men. Although I really like a setup like this, where we basically are defending against a horde. Fire. Nice. You certainly are. Let's fire another shot up here. Nice. Really nice. And let's see if we can wipe them out with the Lehman Russ. Maybe the Sentinel. Yeah, that's about what I expected. I hate Sentinels. This is honestly my least favorite piece of equipment in all of Warhammer 40k. Now, that being said, it looks beautiful in this game, but I just don't like the Sentinels. I don't like using them. I don't mind facing them, but using them, I'm just like, ugh. Puny Sentinels. Rather have a squad of guardsmen than a Sentinel. Okay, we're going to use the multi-laser. Wow, look at that. We're just mowing these guys down. Nice. All right, pretty nice shooting there. I'm going to keep my guardsmen in place. Just going to wait for the enemy to approach, and we'll decide what to do once they get close. I'm also going to move this guy up. I know we shouldn't be messing too much with these vehicles, but if he can get one shot with a heavy bolter and take out another war buggy, that's going to be really good for all of our men. And obviously, if it's good for our men, it's good for us. Fortunately, these guardsmen, the flamers, are going to get hit pretty badly here. But to use the flamethrower, I've got to get close. And remember, we learned in the last video, the last part of our stream here, that we can actually have the same morale effects on vehicles that we have on infantry using the flamer. So we actually learned something. What's this? So that's the rally ability that the Commissar has. And I think we're pretty much good. Get the Algrins up a bit. And we'll set their reactionary arc. Do they have a reactionary arc? That might be one thing the Algrins are not so good at. They're not going to react very well to most stimuli. Send the Bulgrins over here. We just want eyes everywhere. We want to be able to see everything from a certain vantage point. And look at that! Look at that! Oh my goodness! So we got the Lehman Rush Punisher. And this thing, from what I understand, has a huge gun, sort of chain gun, mounted on top there. Let's see how she performs, boys and girls. I'm going to move up here and open fire on the enemy. This is the Gatling Cannon. Ooh, I like that. Heavy Boulder's pretty good. So actually, I'm starting to think, at least right now, it's cool, don't get me wrong, but doesn't do that much damage, considering well, we are firing at some nobs, which are basically the nobles of Orc society. So, yeah, I could see them not being destroyed, but I would have expected a little more damage there. Okay, move forward with our beautiful Ogrins. Just a step above Orcs on the intelligence ladder. Actually, maybe a step below. And if you guys want to see the mug these guys have, just look at that mug. My goodness. Hello. Yeah, they these guys are you could use the word inbred. You could use that word, and I think that would probably be accurate. Let's go ahead and move forward here a bit. Tesker says finally some snow. Let's go ahead and open fire here, guys, with our grenade launchers. Yes, that was beautiful. Now, it looks like we can only aim at this area, but that's good enough. Be nice if we could throw it somewhere over here, but that's definitely done some damage to the enemy. All that shrapnel. Yeah, a face only a mother could love. A mother with an ugly face. A blind mother. Exactly. Yeah, the Ogrins were never the best looking of the 40k species, let's say. Oh my goodness. That's pretty frightening. But the Emperor loves them. You know, the interesting thing is the Ogrins aren't considered mutants by the Emperor. You know, they're considered really pretty much the purest form of human there is. I mean, they're obedient, they're strong, they don't question anything whatsoever. They break things easily. You know, quite frankly, the Ogrins are probably more beloved by the Emperor than the Imperial Guards themselves. That's just the sad truth. I know no Imperial Guards are going to be happy to hear that, but that's the way it is. Yes, it's Sloth Fratelli, and I haven't seen the Goonies, but I know that character. Okay, here we go, guys. End of turn. Exactly, Kandra. Exactly. Thank you. Yeah, they're not considered mutants by the Emperor. Abhumans, I like that. And that is the name given to them is abhumans. So they're not abnormal, they're just abhuman. Interesting. Keep shooting. Gatling guns got some pretty decent reactionary fire, at least. Don't shoot at Ogrins. T. Kira Scutari, thanks for stopping by, man. Nice reactionary fire there. Yeah, that's a good point, Damien Hiroshima. That's actually a good point. I think I probably should have played this a little more defensively, but I feel pretty confident. Then again, right now I have a ton of really great units, and that's going to change if we don't make the right decisions. Nice, War Buggy's already getting shot at, but so is our Prefectus Commissar. So War Buggies generally don't really scare me in this game, but when they're in large numbers like we have here and they start driving into your men and into your base, yeah, they can become quite a problem. War Buggies in large numbers are a serious problem. Gretchens in large numbers, they don't bother me. Oh, they just took out one of our little Ogrins. He's just a poor baby. Why'd you have to do that? Let's take a look at that guy. Oh, no. Sorry, buddies. Face down in the snow. We just can't have that. It's unacceptable. Well, we're going to have to use some grenades. Now, here we would actually hit them, but we would hit our men as well. Stabby, stabby. Sorry, Ogrins, you died for a greater cause if you do end up dying here. Okay, it's also going to hit our unit here. I don't want them to get hurt. And let's go ahead and use the flamers. Oh, yes. That's going to be a serious morale hit to the enemy. Yes. Take the basilisk, and I'm going to fire over here at this big group of enemies. That wasn't as effective as I expected. There we go. So we definitely have to fire at sort of the flat ground. Going for these sloped edges seem to sort of actually splash the damage in areas we didn't necessarily want. So that's a lesson learned. Nice. Wow. So I think the thing with the Lehman Russ Punisher, try again, Agrippa, is I think probably it's really good at mopping up units. So when you've got a ton of enemy units all over the place, you don't know what to do with them, bring the Punisher in. It seems to be really good at this. And my goodness, a Shaken Augurin unit? That's not possible. Apparently it is, though. So we've got some Shaken Augurins here. They're a little scared. We're going to move in with our Bulgrins. The Shadow Phalanx. I think that's just such a great name for a group of Bulgrins. And we're going to try to lay these guys out. Let's go for it. Boom. All right, not bad. Not bad at all. Yes, definitely Firefly Boy. Good point as well. Definitely seems better at close range. We've got this Basilisk. Let's go ahead and fire at this group of units. Actually, I'd rather fire back here. Oh, wow. So we just learned that the Basilisk can absolutely miss the shot, and the round can go elsewhere. That may have been what happened earlier, so it may not have anything to do with the slope itself. Let's get these Augurins to shoot. Get some shots, boys. Oh! Not even sure Augurins can speak. I don't think they have, like, a language. Could be wrong again. Like, they might know like, really basic phrases. Hello, Planet Buster. Alright, let's take a look over here. See if we can't take out the rest of these war buggies. And since we're at close range, our multi-laser should be able to destroy these guys. There we go, sure enough. With our Hellhound unit. Nice. And we're going to keep moving forward. If it works, don't stop it, you know? I think that's the thought process we have here. As long as it's working, as long as we're managing to kill some of the enemy, we're going to keep moving forward. Unfortunately, we're out of actions for that fellow. And we're trying to grab this victory point right here. Now, if we capture 3 victory points, we win. So I'm just taking a look. So it looks like there are 3 in total back here. So we'll probably take that one and then go off to the right. Try to see which looks like an easier path. We won't really know until we get there, of course. Right, those guardsmen are staying put. The Castellan, though. Where is the Castellan? So the Castellan is different from the Commissar, apparently. Look at this guy. Wow! I love that monocle. So I don't know the difference between a Castellan and a Commissar, but I will tell you one thing. They both look absolutely awesome. This guy can also rally the units. It seems like he's got a ton of abilities down here. If you guys take a look, look at all of these abilities. Screaming towards the ground at full thrust through a storm of black. These pilots act like regular maneuver. He can call in a Hellstrike missile? Really? We can call in a Hellstrike missile, guys. This is pretty cool. Let's see if we can maybe call it in over here. I think we can. Let's see. All right. Oh! Oh! Oh, there's more! There's more! Wow! Nice bombing run. That was incredible. We not only destroyed a ton of the enemy, we scared them too. These guys are terrified now. Cadian term for High Commander. Thank you. Man, he is definitely a High Commander. That was incredible. Alright. Keep moving forward with our Bullgrins. And yes, we are taking the Bullgrins this way. See a few orcs over there. Actually going to try to chase him down. Our flames can't reach you, but give us time. Love it, everybody says. Very cool. Yeah, I love it too. That's pretty cool. Being able to call an air support is very, very fun. Let's see if we're going to go ahead and use the multi-laser here against the Orc Boy Shooters. 139 HP down, and what I'm going to actually do is take this Chimera and try and move up on the enemy base. I'm a little worried that the enemy might hit us for some damage, but I think we'll survive. But also see, we have to take this into account. We see the enemy actually moving over here in the direction of the Munitorum. I'm not sure if that's the AI recognizing that we're moving towards that direction, or if they just happen to be in a very strange position. But we've got to keep our eyes on that. That could eventually mean something. Let's go ahead and open fire here on this guy, the Runt Herder. And the Runt Herder seems to be a pretty strong unit. Obviously, he's going to try and herd all of these orcs to his cause. So taking out their leaders, I think, is probably a good thing. Making sure I don't have any other shots, guys, and we will end the turn here. Let's turn it over to the Greenskins. Okay, it looks like some of them are pulling back. And there we go. Sure enough, the Chimera with the reactionary fire. The Sentinel, I think, is unfortunately going to get destroyed. Well, unfortunately for you, not necessarily for me. Being no big fan of the Sentinel unit, I think it's going to get destroyed this turn or next turn. And there we go. Our Ogrins continue to get critical hits on the enemy. That Killican might spell doom for the Sentinel unit. Got some decent armor, admittedly. Okay, did you guys see that? So it looks like the Runt Herder may have just given some health or morale. I'm not sure which. We'll have to see when the turn starts. But they just gave some health or morale to that entire group of enemies. So all of our work on those guys was just completely useless. They also took our flamers out, although those flamers were very, very inexpensive. At a mere 40 points, we managed to get them, so not exactly too worried about them, about losing them. Although it would have been nice to use that against the enemy unit. Look at that. The enemy is once again, the AI. Some of the AI is going left, some of it's going right, but they're all moving back. So I think they're falling back to that secondary position to try and go for one final last stand. Oh, look at this. We've got Gretchens here, guys. So actually, the Runt Herder may have just spawned some Gretchen. I'm hoping that's what he did, because I'm not too worried about the Gretchen in the slightest. Clear out the path here. We're going to move the Chimera up here. He's going to get shot at probably no matter what we do. But we can see here that he can still get some shots. He doesn't necessarily have to move forward yet. So I think I'm going to take the opportunity to go ahead and see if I can't kill the Runt Herder. 25% chance. That's just not good enough. Let's shoot the Storm Boys. Multi-laser. So Contra is saying they're falling back because their morale level did not allow them to move forward. Yep, very possible. We still got the Sentinel, and I have to say, despite not liking this guy, for this kind of unit, I expected him to go down a lot sooner. He's not even at half damage. I mean, he's doing okay, all things considered. He's at 135. He'll be at half damage at 120. Let's see if we could do any damage to the Killicans. Looks like medium damage. All right, looks like the Sentinel does have a use after all. And that's going to be against other enemy vehicles. So he definitely did some damage to that Killican. Obviously, in the grand scheme of things, it's really not that much, but it's good for us. Let's go ahead and open fire with the Basilisk here. Incoming artillery. Oh my goodness, look at that, guys. We've got some Orc Gretchen groups, or Gretchen groups, I should say, that don't even exist anymore after that. Let's fire another shot. I was hoping that would kill the Runt Herder, but I'm still pretty happy with the outcome. Alright, somebody's got to take the shot for the team. But maybe not. Maybe we can kill these Gretchen first. Come on, it's not even fair. The Ogrins are taking these guys out like it's nothing. We also just unlocked a new level, guys. So, we've got the Augur Array. The machine spirits of the devices are devious at best, causing false signatures and powering down at the worst of times. However, some operators have developed a relationship with the device. They say it whispers the way ahead to those it trusts. So this will reveal the map and give an accuracy bonus to hit the enemy units within 12 tiles, a radius of 12 tiles. I'm going to take that because now we can actually see the rest of the map and we can see exactly where they're headed. Another thing I love is this snow looks great with the Blood Edition on it. And we can actually see a bunch of Gretchen heads all over the snow here that have just been popped off by the Ogrins. Let's go ahead and move forward with the Guardsmen here. This might not be the best position for a Guardsman unit, but it'll have to work. And we're going to pop those grenade launchers. Let's fire some more. And I want to take the Chimera, and I'm actually going to have the Chimera follow the Bullgrins. So let's go this way. He can provide some covering fire. Wow, critical hit with a multi-laser. And there she goes. She's gone. Let's grab the Bullgrin here. I should have probably mentioned, but the Ogrins, as well as not being particularly intelligent, they also don't have very good eyesight. You kind of have to point them in the general direction of where they should shoot. And that can also often, end up in some friendly fire situations. We're still using this Gatling cannon against the enemies, and as we can see, it's extremely effective at close range and very effective at just cleaning an area up. Let's see if we can fire one more shot. I think we can. Nice critical hits on the enemy squad. Let's see if we can get some heavy bolter shots as well. Okay, we'll go for the grenade launcher. We still have one more grenade launcher shot. Alright, we're moving into the Bullgrins, guys. I'm going for the Gauntlet Smasher. Quite nice. 81 HP. We could probably finish this unit off entirely. But he's already broken, so he's really no threat to us. I'd prefer to use our attack against a unit that is still a threat or potentially could be. So I'm going to try to get behind these guys and attack the Sluggers. Not bad. We took one out. Not bad at all. Alright, let's see. We've got some Guardsmen here. I'm going to check here and see if we fired with our Basilisk on every single unit. Because this Basilisk definitely needs to expel all munitions. Fire at the Sluggers. Wow, critical hit early on. And look at the morale of the enemy. I mean, with the arrival of the Cadian forces, the enemy is just completely unable to keep it together. And these are orcs. I mean, these guys aren't afraid of anything. But clearly, they have some reason to fear the Cadians. Alright, let's see what else we can do. Kind of want to bring the Castellan or one of the Commissars. Yeah, let's bring the Commissar along. Maybe he can go to that northeastern base. I didn't even know Bulgarins had grenadiers. That's pretty cool, Kandra. All right, Hellhound. I'm going to go ahead and fire on the enemy here. I don't think we've seen the Hellhound in action too much. Let's see how she performs. Ooh. Still got to cool down. All right, I think we can end the turn here and turn it over to the Orcs. Got some more Orcs arriving. Oh, the Sentinel finally getting hit with what could be a lethal blow. And it looks like, yes, their Killicans are starting to move forward. And they definitely want to kill that Sentinel. I mean, right now the Sentinel is, you know, at least in this frontal line, is ostensibly the only thing that can take out the Killican. So I can see why they suddenly have this desire to kill it. Max Karn, they sort of sound like post-war Imperial Japanese soldiers in a way. That old gag. All right, here we go. Ooh, we've got some men moving up. But of course, the frontal armor of the Hellhound is going to hold up to any sort of enemy firepower. Unless they've got some sort of plasma cannon in there, which I don't think they do, but they did just get a critical hit on our Commissar, and I don't want to lose the Commissar. I know it's going to make all the guardsmen quite happy, but it's not going to make me happy. Well, I actually sounded a bit somber when saying that. I see. It's not that Ogres are dumb. They're just really slow, says Max Karn. That's one way of looking at it. I'm going to try to take out the chopper here. Or the Death Copter. Alright. We've still got some shots here. I'm going to use this Sentinel to actually fire at the Killican. Number one, because I think we can kill it. And number two, oh, poor Sentinel. Because I thought we were going to be able to get a lethal blow there towards the end. Doesn't look like it, though. I am also going to fire the grenade launcher directly in front of us. I'm going to say the range of the grenade launcher doesn't seem to be too high. Here we go. Oh, yes! Beautiful. We finally killed that guy. Let's move the Ogrins forward. At this point, we're taking the fight to the enemy. I know they're not going to be able to do much damage with those guns, but I think it's better than nothing. And let's see if we can't get some shots with our basilisks. Nope. These guys might be out of range. Yep, they're out of range for sure. What about these guys? Nope. Fire! Fire! Oh, come on. This time, work this time. Keep accidentally taking the guardsman unit. Oh, we missed. Oh, wow, that cannon completely missed. Not the second time, though. Oh. Thought we were going to for sure get a kill. We still can. I support those efforts too, Musso. I like that that campaign. How do we donate money to that campaign? Let's go ahead and fire here with the Grenadier Gauntlet. We've all grown to know and love the Grenadier Gauntlet there, and it is awesome. I mean, not only do these guys have tank tracks as shields, they've got a grenade launcher attached to their right arm. Yeah, it doesn't get much deadlier than that. I mean, maybe some spikes thrown in for good measure. But I think even the Ogrins realize, like, yeah, we're pretty scary at this point. There, flamers, get them. If you can't kill them all, kill a few. Nifty way to start a fire in this sort of climate as well. All right, here we go. Oh. Yes! Is there anything left? Hello? Hello? I want to, like, run up to them and check. Of course, there's still a few left. All right, I think we've done all the damage we can on this frontal area. We've got to focus here. And now we do have this Commissar. And what does he have? Does he have any sort of... He's got some pretty cool stuff. Look at this. We can threaten summary execution. Targets the most cowardly guardsman with his bolt pistol. The others have seen this before and quickly fall into line. Instantly fills the morale of the selected unit. Now we've got to find a unit that has low morale. That is really cool. We're going to start moving the guardsmen up here. The Commissar, I should say. So you can absolutely target the enemy unit there. What is going on? This is interesting. We'll have to figure out what's going on here. Yeah, it might be. Give me a second, guys, while I try and fix this mouse. Muso, get in here. He could say hello to you guys as well, because you guys have not said hello to Muso yet. So let's see if we can't fix this. You have this bug a few times. All right, well, just to make sure, we'll go ahead and save. We'll save this as coming back. Yeah, say hello to everybody.
Hello, kids. It's me, Muso. So, what's up here?
I think we're going to just have to restart. We got a little bug.
Let me see here. Is everything okay out of the stream?
Yeah, so I think everything's fine. So we'll just close the game and reopen. So guys, this is the sort of thing we go through when we have tech issues here at Slytherin. We're trying to resolve this.
So create a new save.
Yeah, and
then go on.
We'll try again.
We'll be right back. Don't go away. Let's see. Look.
How many Musos do we have in the office? Is this kind of just the one? Yeah, let's load.
See.
Beautiful.
There we are.
Thanks, man.
That's
so now we know we just need to restart. All right, guys. So you got to say hi to Muso there for the first time. I see some of you guys are pretty excited by that. We actually had some dental work done yesterday, and probably more to come. And I was trying to see if we could get Muso to do a stream. I think maybe you guys can convince him to take on one of the streams one of these days. I think he would really like it. Let's take a look here. Feed Muso beer, says Firefly Boy. Why would we do that? I mean, yeah, of course he would be, drunk and we could laugh at him in the office, but, we only do that, on special occasions like the end of the week. All right, let's keep moving forward and fire here at the enemy. Okay, let's see if we can get forward here. I'm going to move. Yes. Look at all of those dead orcs. I mean, so far, she's doing an excellent job, but I want to take that point. We're going to start moving forward with our guardsmen, guys. You heard it right. I'm not the kind of guy to sit back and defend. Son Nif responded to that by saying, so Musa said, I don't drink alcohol, and Son Nif responded by saying, I only drink the blood of the children of my enemies. Indeed. Bet Muso stream. Yes. I really think Muso should do the stream at least once, check it out, see what he thinks about it, get to talk to you guys. I know you guys are always talking in the chat, so it'd be an opportunity for him to sort of speak to you guys, you know, via voice. Earthshaker Cannon. Beautiful. And let's use the Heavy Bolter as well. Now, we risk hitting our own guy, but as you can see, even a Heavy Bolter is not going to do much damage to the carapace of a Hellhound. Is it a Hellhound? Yes, it is a Hellhound. Move forward, and apparently this thing has a Flamer. What? A big Flamer, too. Look at how far that flame extends. Let's see what happens when we use it. Ooh, that is interesting. So that might be the strongest Flamer in the game. Look at that. That thing can reach really far. Extremely effective. What's that Pokemon thing? It's super effective. Let's move forward. Well, yeah, because when you said the first thing, Muso, you're basically referencing me. Imagine someone who's really, really bad at war games, Agrippa. Let's see, here we go. Move around. I think we'll keep one unit of guardsmen there. We also can't forget we still have that airstrike. We can call in the airstrike again, but of course we've got to get closer to the enemies. I think probably the best way to use this commander unit, and I could be wrong, is to get him as close to your guys as possible, because he could call in all sorts of airstrikes on the enemy here, clear the path, and basically destroy the enemy. All right, let's see. That guy's going to be stuck. Let's end the turn. Turning it over to the Greenskins. Yeah, Damien says I'd watch that. And burning when you lose, yes. This is true, Kadra. I remember, I think most of you guys were there for it when I did the Field of Glory 2 stream. We've done so many Field of Glory 2 streams, but there was one where I just got so frustrated that I did the streamer's equivalent of rage quitting. I was just like, all right, guys, we're going to try a different battle. And, you know, I was trying to sound really calm and collected, and I think I did, but deep within myself, I was like, I hate that battle. I hate that battle. It's not fair. So, you know, that absolutely happens to all of us. Yeah, I think that's very true with a lot of people, Max. What you just said there, I mean, you know, it's one of the reasons I could still run my channel. You know, people aren't necessarily looking for the pros to play. Some people just like to see the average guy play, and they enjoy that. Besides, when you watch pros play, especially if you're like me, I'm not really a window shopper. What do I mean by that? You know, I don't like seeing people play better than me. Let's put it that way. It just reveals to me how poor I am at the game. So, you know, maybe I'll look at a tutorial here and there, but I'm not going to watch a pro and be like, oh, he's so much better. You know, it just makes me feel inadequate. Let's attack. We need more non-real war games, says Sunnif. 100K slips for a Musa stream, I like that. Let's see. So Damien Hiroshima is the opposite. He likes when the player knows. Well, I think, you know, there's a difference between the player knowing what they're doing and the player knowing what they're doing but not being the best at the game, sort of thing. I mean, of course, if you watch a stream like where I'm just like, guys, I'm gonna click this thing, and I think if I go, no, that maybe if I go, yeah, of course, that's gonna be terrible, but you know, somebody with not the greatest skill level in the game could still do a great job. Let's go ahead and fire here. Fire again. Oh, well, that's what a single shell. I mean, I think that thing actually went into the orc's mouth. That shell just went down into his entire digestive system, into his digestive tract, and exploded. Beautiful. I think that's a good idea, Muso. The 10-20 minutes thing. You know, maybe we could do something like that. One of the streams here in the future, you could pop on and sort of wrap the stream up, play the last 10 minutes. That would be really cool, I think, and would kind of get you used to doing streaming in general. Goodbye, Mr. Orc. Fortunately, we can't see over this hill. Wow, nice bullgrins. All right, we're going to send these guys up here. Once again, trying to see if we can't catch the enemy unprepared. But they don't seem to be too unprepared. They seem to be doing exactly what we don't want them to do, which is beating us. It's the worst sin of all. Let's see if we can grab that basilisk. Once again, very little, if any, damage. In this case, yeah, no damage to the enemy. We're going to go ahead and use the multi-laser. We'll bring this guy over here and fire. Oh, yes! There's still a Killican back there. Of course, now we're focused on this one. And unfortunately, the Killican seems almost totally resilient or resistant to any form of grenade launcher, which makes him pretty hard to kill. You know, he's not going to really, you know, grenades don't affect him almost at all. Keep on moving, boys. Excellent suggestion. Thank you, Kendra. And the Castellan. We're gonna have to use that airstrike eventually. I almost look at that airstrike. Look at that, guys. Just look at that. That's the airstrike range. So I really want to get close to the enemy now. That is the range of the airstrike. That's pretty effective. All right, turning it over to the greenskins. Okay, we've got some more orcs arriving on the battlefield. These guys are fresh. We've got some mega nobs. Oh my goodness. We've got a Killican rocket launcher. A lot of really deadly enemies. And they just... What? Look at that. What are they doing to our bullgrins? You know you're not supposed to set bullgrins on fire. That's clearly described in the manual. No setting the bullgrins on fire. It used to be a fun game amongst the guardsmen. You know, they'd throw some gasoline on a bullgrin, set it on fire. It was all fun and games at first. And then a bullgrin stepped into the barracks and just killed like 15 guardsmen. I mean, you just can't do that, you know? You can't just go around setting things on fire. Not unless you're a flamer, of course. Ooh. Nasty shots there, and oh, we lost the poor Ogren. Oh my goodness, that was a nasty shot there by the Weird Boy. And the Weird Boy is, of course, the same, I don't want to say the same race of orc, but the same kind of orc that Big Red is, which is basically sort of a shaman. Ooh! Whoa, enemy's got some artillery too, apparently. And there we go. That is a dead rocket launcher, or a Meganol. Sorry, Killacan. Nice. Good work, boys. And look at that. More enemies arriving. So that's one thing that makes this a very, very difficult battle. Just the constant amount of enemies arriving on the battlefield here. Oh boy, we've got some flashgits. Now the flashgits, I can't stand them. Extremely deadly, especially against armor. And those guns are something. In fact, they look very similar to the guns that the Ogrins have. Of course, very different guns. But this Hellhound is in a bit of trouble. All right, here we go, guys. First, before I target anybody, I want to see if our Basilisk can get a shot over here, especially against the flashgits. Nice. Let's go again. Beautiful. We could go for another shot, I think. We have to get a little closer. So we're basically ignoring the enemies. That's not going to work out so well. Well, we've made our bed, let's lay in it. Oh, boys, we can use our airstrike now. Here we go. Oh, it actually comes down. Look at that. We've got vulture gunships coming down and just dropping bombs on the enemy. That is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I did not expect that, but that's pretty cool. Let's see. I don't know. Now that the enemy has gotten a lot more aggressive, I might keep most of my guys back. Oh, Chimera's not even getting any shots. He's terrified. Not to mention whatever that Weird Boy casts is probably reducing the damage he takes. Close, but no cigar. Ah, thanks, Kandra. So that's very cool. So Kandra let us know that the reason that that airstrike only came in and hit the war buggies and the Killicans is because it targets the mechanical units, which makes sense. Let's see if we can go ahead and move forward here. How many enemies do they have? Ooh, we might be able to take this area fairly easily, I hope. All right, chance to hit is almost 0. So I'm actually going to go ahead and fire at these guys. Nice. And we can get one shot off on the enemy. Why not? At least get them prepared for what is to come, which is a wall of Bulgrins. In fact, I think we can go ahead and fire a shot. Nice. Beautiful. And that's all critical hits. Let's go for another shot. Really nice. I have to say, I'm loving the battles on the new DLC here. Like, really long battles. We've been playing this one for what? Maybe an hour now? We've been doing the stream for about an hour and a half. Take care, Max. Thanks for watching, man. Agrippa's famous last words. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I hope. I use I hope quite frequently, though, so if they were my last words, they'd be pretty pathetic. Let's go ahead and fire here with the multi-laser. It's a dead killer can. I know one when I see one. Let's fire again. Looking pretty good. And let's finish up with heavy bolter. I think Kandra got it right. Yeah, that's pretty much. We'll try to finish this next time, guys. Okay, here we go. Open fire. Now, if we can hold out just a little while longer, I'm pretty certain that we can take that location and that location almost during the same turn. But we're going to have to, of course, hold this area down. We've got to make sure that if we're going to do that, we are prepared for the consequences. Could move the guardsman over here. But once again, I'm not sure what that aura does. Could be actually protecting the enemy. Let's actually take this guardsman unit and move him back, put him right there on the tile to defend it. Now, this unit of guardsmen is in trouble. They are trapped on nearly every side by orcs and their buggies. I think the same is true for that Bulgrin unit. In fact, they're not even reacting to us. They're broken. One question I have is, where is our commissar? I know that our Castellan is here, but where did that commissar go? Did he get killed? No, he's up here. There he is. There he is. And we're actually going to go ahead and use our rally cry. There we go, just to make sure that our guys are extra strong for the advance over here. And let's end the turn. Oh, they just got a critical hit on their own unit. That's very orc-like. But unfortunately, I think they're about to take out our Bulgrins. And it makes me sad, because these Bulgrins have been with us since the beginning. But they're going to be taken out now. And I told you, those guardsmen were finished. There was no chance for them. At least they're nicely presented for burial. The Emperor would be proud. Oh dear, V Redster. Oh my goodness. Alright, here we go. Yeah, that Lehman Ruff's Punisher's taking a lot of hits. Now, I don't mind if it gets destroyed just as long as we take the objectives. I'll be just fine. Oh, that's very cool. So that makes sense with the Bulgrins not having the strongest rear armor. Right now, even with the frontal armor, they're getting shot pretty bad. Man, look at this. We may have needed to keep the Castellan back just to deal with the overwhelming enemy reinforcements. Ooh, getting a little tricky, is he? Okay, back to us. I want to see if the Castellan has anything he can use. So we do have this. Kill everything in that general direction. It's like sort of an airstrike we can call in. There we go. It might not be that effective against armor. Oh, a little effective. Yeah, not bad. It also scared them, so we want that. Want some more of that. Let's see if we can kill this Killican. No, of course not. What about getting the Castellan in firing range? No, let's move back, take cover behind this guy. I might Now, the Basilisk can't do much damage, but maybe he has enough to kill that guy. But actually, I was being a bit... Yeah, I was being a bit silly with the artillery because we have so many enemies over here on the left. That's what we should really be focusing on. Boom, there we go. Nice! Critical hit. Let's fire at the war buggy. Beautiful. Fire at the other war buggy over here. I think we could take her out. But we're actually going to have to get out of cover to fire at him. So no, right now I'm going to stay put. And yes, we either get some extra armor or some relic plating. I'm going to take the relic plating. Yeah, nice shooting. I was like, I thought we would probably be able to get that shot off, but I wasn't 100% sure. All right, look at that. I think the base is wide open, as far as I can tell. That would mean a victory if we could take the other base before the end of the turn. Let's move forward here. And, of course, over on this side, we want to be very careful. Multi-laser. This is one of those weapons, just like the Gatling cannon, that works best at close range. And with the rest of our attack, we have to get nice and close to the enemy. We'll go ahead and do some melee attacks. Just trying to basically work our way into the waypoint. Nice. If we can get in there, take it. It's ours. Looks like the Bulgarins still... No, they don't have an attack, but it's interesting to see they're still alive. Just barely. We're turning it over to the Greenskins. Now they've actually got the Weird Boy giving them a bunch of attack boosts, so they could be very deadly right now. And look at this, they just got a Kill-A-Can. I thought that was all we were going to have to deal with, but no, they just pop up out of nowhere with a Kill-A-Can here at the base, getting some reinforcements. That definitely makes things more difficult, without a doubt. These are the armored nubs, the mega nubs. Not too effective against the Punisher, but... Oh no, we've got a big shooter on the way and a Death Dread. The Death Dread definitely does not look friendly. Oh no, 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 don't kill our Lehman Russ Punisher. Return the favor, good work, Bulgarins. Ooh, nice shot. Very nice shot. I can definitely see why we started in that defensive area. Now, obviously, in this battle, it would be pretty cool to just stay put and just use your firepower to stop the enemy. Oh, they finally got the Hellhound. But, obviously, that's not always an option. Okay, how can I... get up close and personal. Yeah, we're not going to be able to take him out with this alone. No way. Attack! Gonna at least wipe the rest of the orcs out here, but we're almost certainly going to need reinforcements if we plan to take that base. And right now, we're running out of reinforcements pretty quickly. We're running out of friends. Let's put it that way. We are running out of friends. Head back this way immediately. We're not going to get shot at, but we should consider that possibility. And I'm going to see if these guardsmen can go ahead and take that. Nice. So we took the victory point. I was hoping we might get some reinforcements. Doesn't look like that's going to happen. But one thing we could do is we could bring these guys from this victory point over to this one to assist. So that's what I'm going to do. Move forward, boys. All right. Definitely going to fire at the flash gits with the artillery. That was the easiest kill of flash gits I've ever seen. These guys usually cause us so many problems. But we finally got rid of some flash gits en masse. We're definitely going to fire over here with the arty. In fact, I'd rather fire here. Nice. Yes. Maybe we should just focus on the slugganobs. Nice heavy bolter there in the front. There's no wonder there's a heavy bolter in the front of that vehicle. And we've got the las cannon here. Wow, that was very effective against the big shooter. Yeah, let's see if we can get another shot off. Heavy bolter shot, not bad. Not bad at all. Fortunately, we can't hit that chopper, but we should be able to fire at it from some location. If not now, then at least later. All right, I think that's it. We're going to turn it over to the Greenskins. Wow, did you see that? Just killed him, just out of nowhere, absolutely slaughtered him. Now, guys, we are getting to the end of the stream. There's no way we're going to finish this battle this stream. But I will say, and hopefully you guys agree with me, that this will be a victory. Now, if you guys disagree, we maybe can have a little, well, we can't do a vote depending on how you guys voted. But we can determine whether or not you think this would be a victory. Now, we've already taken 2 of the 3 necessary points. We need to take 1 more, and the enemy is not that much closer to our main point. So I think we could potentially, we probably would have won this one, more than likely. We could do another thing, and that is Muso would refund you guys the cash, or in this case, the sliths. We'll save this, and we'll continue it the next time we play. And you guys can basically rebet what you bet today. So I'm going to let you guys decide. So we either rebet or we call it a victory. 1 or 2. Let's see if, Muso, could you please throw up a quick vote, rebet, or win? Let's see. Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem with the vote system in win, is all the people that voted for win are going to vote for win. We need people to be honest, be good-hearted people. Care about your fellow gamer. Straw poll servers are down. No. No, no. What am I going to do when I get home? Ah! Yeah, I think we'll save this and continue it next time. So that's what we're going to do. I have to say, first of all, I want you guys to let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of Sons of Cadia so far. I have to say, I am loving it. You know, it's been a long time since the streams that I haven't looked at the clock, and I haven't looked at the clock almost a single time during this stream. It's just so engaging. I have to say, to me, it seems much bloodier than the base game Sanctus Reach. A lot more action going on, a tremendous amount of new weaponry. I love the airstrikes. I love the commissars. I love the new vehicles. There's very little I don't like about this game. You know, in fact, there's nothing I can actually state that I don't like. Just really, really awesome stuff. Those commissars with the airstrikes are incredible. And Condra says this is the hardest DLC that you've ever played. Very good campaign. Awesome. Guys, on Monday we'll have a Mare Nostrum stream. Indeed we will. Yes, absolutely. We just took down half the Death Dread's health. That was pretty good. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. Musso here is going to share our channels with you so that you guys can stop by when you feel like it. You can subscribe, etc., support us that way. As always, make sure to subscribe here and take a look at our next stream. As Musso mentioned, it will be Mare Nostrum on Monday. I hope everybody here has an excellent, excellent weekend. Thank you so much for showing up, guys. Take care, and I'll catch you next time.